We'll now have a look at the transform panel. So here we've got off, we've got auto, and this is where we can, if we've got an image like this where we're maybe pointing the camera upwards, verticals tend to converge, the horizontals may not be quite straight, so we can try and correct some of these optical distortions through this panel here. And there are these buttons here are for the automatic settings that we've got available to us. So if I select auto, see what happens to the image. So it's trying to make the vertical straight, and it's trying to correct the vertical distortions of the image. So that it did it automatically. So that's auto. Level. So it's trying to find a common level within the image, probably somewhere along the bricks, and try to straighten the image that way. Vertical. It's trying to correct obvious verticals within the image. But now what's happening is we're starting to create areas with no information because of the way it's had to distort the image. We've got problems like that, so we'd have to crop in if we like that rendering. We'd have to crop in to eliminate the extraneous areas. And we've got full. Okay, but we've also got a thing called guided. So I'm just going to select off there, go to guided. And the idea of the guided is we move into the image and we select a vertical. So I'm going to select that vertical there, create a line, and we select a horizontal that we wish to be horizontal. So if I select, say, across the bricks here, it will try and correct for those distortions. If you want to do it again, we're best to select the nodes and delete the guides. Okay, and then you can try again. If we, let's just do that again, from there to there. Okay. By doing that, we're creating areas that that have got no information in the image. So you need to take your photograph in such a way that you've got extra information around the image, so that when you do this sort of effect, you've still got information in the corners and things like that. So as well as these automatic settings, let's just go to off. We've got vertical, so we can change the vertical setting like that. Horizontal, okay, you get the idea. Rotate. Aspect. We've also got these guides that you're seeing here, and these are, oops, get away from there. Control, the size is controlled by this grid effect here, and so we can use the guides or the grid to guide you in your corrections. And we've got auto or always, or just off the screen we've got never. So if you wanted them on all the time, you select always, and then we can just change the grid size. And we've got this zoom magnifier here, so you can zoom into different areas or zoom out. It's a very coarse kind of tool here. So it's not very easy to tweak this little tool. Oh dear. Okay. So those are the kind of sliders that we've got there. We've also got this constraint to crop. So as we do this, or vertical, we don't get any extra white areas because it's basically cropping in automatically into the image. So if we deselect that, the trouble is now with actually physically cropped in, and it's remembered that we've cropped in. So if we want to see the entire image again, we need to go back to our crop overlay and reset that so we can get back to where we were before. So that is how we can use the transform panel. After that, we've got the effects panel, so I'll just cover that quickly now, because if we, let's just say we went and transform, so we've gone and constrained our settings here, and let's just change the vertical. Okay, so basically we've cropped in to the image. Okay, so now we'll go to the effects panel. Just get rid of that. We've cropped into the image. So if we want to apply a vignette, we can apply a post-crop vignette in here so that it's honoring the fact that we've gone and cropped into the image, and we can apply a darkening or a brightening effect. Change the midpoint in here, and it's recognizing the fact that we've actually cropped into the image. You can see that the actual apex of the building is missing and some of the other areas. So if you've cropped your image and you wish to apply a vignette, this is the place to do it. And we've got feather and other adjustments we can make to that. So if we just double click. Okay, so we can also apply a grain effect. Okay, we can change the size of the grain. So this kind of simulates grain in film. And we've got a dehaze filter here. Now I have applied this in other videos, but this can be a very powerful tool for cutting through haze in an image. As it says, dehaze. It really emphasizes contrast and color within an image. So there we are, there's the transform and there's the effects panels.